In this video, I want to talk to you about respect, okay? So, learning Spanish is not only about communicating, it's about respect, okay? So, once you learn Spanish, you don't only get to be able to communicate with whoever it is you're trying to communicate with, but more importantly, you gain respect. Now, what do I mean by this? So, for example, one of my students, he lives in Spain, okay? And he says he's good at Spanish. We've been doing this for a long time now, and he's beyond conversational. He's got a very good level. But he knows that for his business, he can talk to this person that can help him out in his business, etc., his networking. There's one person that he's speaking with, he's doing business with, it's early stages, and that person speaks English. So sure, he can just conduct all of his business in English with that person. Sometimes when you're in business in Latin America or in Spain, sometimes they don't speak English and you just have to speak Spanish. But sometimes they will speak English, and that's not too uncommon. But it's bigger than that, it's deeper than that. He said to me that he wants to gain the respect, okay? So for example, when you learn somebody else's language, it doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, which country you're from, where you are, how old you are, your nationality, your age, whatever you do for a job, for a living, it does not matter. If you learn somebody else's language, you will instantly gain their respect, especially if it's a more complicated language. Spanish is not the easiest language in the world, okay? So the reason why he really wants to speak with this particular person in Spanish is to gain the respect. And we all know respect is a huge thing, especially amongst men, especially in business in general. Respect is massive. So learning a language doesn't necessarily mean, oh yeah, I can just communicate now. Sure, you could probably communicate with them anyway, but it's the additional respect, okay? And respect is never really actually spoken about when it comes to learning a language. Now, there are some people that I meet over here in Medellin, for example, that may not really be too fond of foreigners, because unfortunately in Medellin, I don't want to get into it, but the foreigner can sometimes have a bad negative stigma attached to them, all right? Some people come over here and they do bad things. Now, unfortunately, as the world goes, you might get judged before they even know you, okay? So sometimes, you know, you may feel that animosity or, oh, he's a foreigner, or whatever. But as soon as I start speaking Spanish and they hear me speak Spanish, it's not that I can now communicate with them, it's the fact that they now have greater respect for me. And I've seen it with my own eyes, okay? And my students are recognizing it too, that when you speak someone's language, they are gonna respect you more. And what does gaining more respect mean? Gaining more respect means that now you can open up more doors. Doors that were initially closed because they don't really rate you as a person. But when it comes to the respect now, people take you more seriously. You can do more business opportunities. If you're pursuing a romantic partner, they're gonna respect you more. They're gonna have more love for you. Not necessarily love, but they're going to take you more serious. You're not just another person that's just trying to wing it or whatever, or has no intention. They respect not only that you were able to achieve it because it's something that is hard to do, but also because you care. Okay, for example, people say they come to Colombia. I'm gonna make a video on this soon, you'll see it. They come to Colombia and they think, oh, do I really need to speak Spanish in Colombia? I mean, like, there's certain people, I've heard people go to Colombia or go here or there and they didn't have to speak Spanish, they just spoke English. So do I really need to speak Spanish to get around? It's not about needing to speak the Spanish. If you speak the Spanish, that's the respect, okay? So it's not even about having to do it. Some places you go in the world, you're just gonna have to speak the language, okay? You go to Japan, you better speak Japanese, right? But you can go to, you can go to Dubai, go to Bali and not have to speak Indonesian, not have to speak Arabic. But if you do speak it, regardless of that person speaking fluent English, they are going to respect you more than that person, that person, that person, and that person. Even though everyone's speaking English here, it's the fact that you took, you decided to learn about the language. And when you learn about the language, you learn the culture, you learn more about the country. People are just going to gravitate to you more. You're going to become a more likable person, which means your experience in Colombia, for example, where I am now, is going to be better. I've met people who've had a lesser experience out here than I have. I've been here for a long time, but there are people that come here and like, oh yeah, it was okay, the people this, the people that. I think the people are amazing here, especially the older people, because not only can I communicate with them, but they know that I understand them. I understand their culture, I understand the mannerisms, I understand how things move here, the society, okay? So again, learning a language is not just to be able to communicate, it's deeper than that. It's about being likable and making real meaningful connections, because when people see that you care about their culture. They see that you care about communicating to everyone, because a lot of people are not going to speak English. They see that you actually care to try to communicate with people, not just come here for the the benefits of whatever it is that you like to do and take away from this country. They see that you actually want to come here and integrate, and you want to get on with people, you want to understand people, you want to have deeper connections, you care about their language, you care about their culture. People will respect you more, they're going to like you more, which means you will have a better experience, you'll make more friends, you'll have more connections, the doors for business will open to you. It's just, there are no downsides to learning Spanish, okay? Especially when you come over to Latin America. But again, I just wanted to make this video because nobody ever talks about the respect. The respect is huge, and I feel it myself. I open my mouth, people instantly respect me because they know, one, Spanish is not an easy language to learn. And I already speak English, and now I speak Spanish too. So I've got two languages. Maybe they only speak one. And number two, it shows that I care. It shows that I'm not being ignorant and coming here and expecting everybody to speak English, which unfortunately a lot of foreigners do, not just in Colombia, but around the world. Oh, I already speak English, so you got to speak my language. Why are you not speaking English? Why don't you know English? It shows that I'm not one of those people, and I care about the Colombia, I care about the country, and I care about communicating with people. And it's something that's not easy to do, and it took time for me to do, and I made it priority because I care. And because I care, they care. All right? Again, because I care about them, and I care about Colombia, and I care about speaking Spanish in Colombia because it's a Spanish-speaking country, automatically the care levels for them, for me, rise. And ultimately that means greater respect. So again, looking off this video here, learning a language doesn't necessarily just mean that you're able to communicate. It now means that you're going to be respected way more than the other person who doesn't take it as serious. So respect is a very, very big one. If you need help learning Spanish, go to yospanish.com. We can get you started with either one of our coaches, or you can have sessions with myself. Or if you just want to practice every single week, we have 3 role play sessions that you can practice with every single week with one of our Yo Spanish coaches, and you can do that at yospanishroleplay.com. Be sure to check us out on Yo Spanish Official on TikTok. We have over 450,000, and you can go to Instagram, Yo Spanish Official, and you can check us out there too. So this is Jordan Darko, yospanish.com. Vamos pues. See you on the next one.